y'all, welcome to another episode of Boss Up and Glow Up with Lexi Sample. Today we're going to be diving deep into some topics that we all can relate to, especially in the wintertime. We're going to be talking about getting out of a funk. Funks are super common, especially when it's the winter, because it's cold out, we don't want to do anything, we don't want to leave the house. Totally get it, totally understandable. But funks can come from so many different things, whether you're stressed out, your work, you're burnt out. We just need to find that delicate balance between work, resetting, and recharging. It's okay though. We've all been there, and we're going to explore some strategies to help you shake off this funk and get it all together. It's wintertime. It gets dark early. Totally get it. It's cold. Don't want to do anything other than watch Netflix, stay in bed, and do absolute jack shit. But we need to stop it. First off, we need to acknowledge that feeling down, overwhelmed, and stressed out is a complete natural part of life. It is okay to not feel okay sometimes. But once we see ourselves in a consistent funk, we're consistently bedrotting, that's when we need to break that cycle. We need to take proactive steps to lift ourselves up again. By doing that, we can engage in activities that shift our focus away from whatever is stressing us out. Whether it's going for a walk, going to the gym, doing anything, meditating, anything that you genuinely enjoy doing. Maybe it's time to find a new hobby. Another important step in getting out of a funk is figuring out any underlying issues that can be affecting your mental state. Whether it's your work-life balance, are you overcommitting yourself at work, ignoring all of your personal needs and just focusing on work? You're not setting enough boundaries at work? We need to find a balance between our professional responsibilities and our need of rest because they're both equally as important for your overall health. If you're not resting, you're burning yourself out, and that is not healthy at all. I've gotten to a point in my life where I need to take at least one day off to relax and recharge. I feel so guilty taking a day off to relax and recharge. I feel like I need to be doing something productive. But you need to remember, taking a day off to relax is productive. You need to recharge for your health. I'm constantly on go, go, go mode. I forgot relaxing and having a day off is normal. It is essential to make time in our schedules for relaxing, rejuvenation, and just breathing. You just need to take a day to breathe and do something you genuinely love. This means prioritizing activities that nourish our mind, body, and soul. Whether it's spending time with friends and family, doing an activity that you love, or just simply taking a day off to rest. Resting allows us to recharge our batteries, and then we can return to our everyday lives feeling refreshed, rejuvenated, have renewed energy and clarity. If we don't allow ourselves to have these reset days, we are going to cause ourselves to burn out, which leads to the funk that we're trying to get out of. We need to stop feeling guilty for taking a break sometimes. We need time to reset. Has your Wi-Fi ever stopped working out of nowhere? And then you gotta press the little reset button, boom, works again. Your Wi-Fi was overworked and just needed a little reboot, just like you do. You need to take some time off, press the reset button, then you're good to go. There's this misconception that we think, and that's taking a self-care day is selfish. It is the complete opposite of selfish. We need to take care of ourselves because that allows us to show up as our best self in every area of our lives, whether it's work, in relationships, or simply just pursuing your passions. Self-care isn't necessarily a luxury, it's a necessity for maintaining our physical and emotional well-being. It's also important to recognize that self-care isn't just a one-time event. It's an ongoing practice that requires attention. Just like scheduling your appointments, you need to schedule time for self-care into your calendars. By prioritizing ourselves, we signal to ourselves and others that our well-being matters. By not putting yourself in your schedule, you're not telling yourself that you matter. We all have super busy lives, I get it, but we need to put ourselves in our schedule. How come our schedule doesn't include us at all? It's all about somebody else. Now, I know what some of you are thinking. I don't have time for self-care. I'm so busy. Trust me, I get it. I'm busy too. Life can be super hectic and our schedules can feel very overwhelming. But here's the thing. Self-care doesn't need to be time-consuming. It can take just a few minutes out of your day to just put a little extra love into your skincare routine. Stretching your muscles, or even just enjoying a cup of tea or a coffee can make a world of a difference. Let's address the guilt that often accompanies self-care. It's super common to feel guilty for prioritizing ourselves, especially when there's so many other demands for our attention. But here's the truth. We can't pour from an empty cup. By taking care of ourselves first, we become better equipped to take care of other things and handle life's challenges. We're not going to be able to perform well if we're burnt out and miserable. We need to take that time to put into ourselves, reboost our energy, and then we'll have that energy to put into all our other tasks. This is the main cause of many of our funks. We're just overwhelmed. And other times, there's no reason at all. We're just feeling stressed and unmotivated and just don't feel good. And that's normal too. It is impossible to be motivated and have energy every single day of our lives. We just need to find that healthy balance between getting up and working and resting and rejuvenating. I get super stressed out and overwhelmed sometimes because I need to work hard to get to my goals. I need to take care of my dog. I need to see my friends. I need to see my family. I need time to reset and recharge. I need to go to the gym. How the fuck does one balance all of that? Trust me, I know it is so hard. And when I get overwhelmed like that, I just completely shut down and then no one hears from me at all. It's okay to say no to things. You don't have to be everywhere, be at every single event, but just make sure you're prioritizing each and everything. It doesn't need to be every day. Just make time for all of the things that you want. Prioritize your needs and just find that balance. Don't overwork yourself. It's very easy to allow ourselves to get into a funk. It's hard to pull ourselves out. The biggest step is to recognize that we are in this funk and realize we need to make steps to get ourselves out and get productive with our lives again. I've gotten into funks, not even being depressed or stressed out or anything. I just genuinely did not feel like doing anything. I was just down in the dumps. And I don't even know why. I don't know. Shit happens. I just wanted to be in my bed, talk to nobody, do nothing. And I would just lay there, watch TV, scroll on TikTok, and would not answer a single message. I honestly believe it's a comfort thing. When we get stressed and burnt out, we need to feel comforted. And what is more comforting than your own bed, in your own home? Nothing. It's a great feeling, and it's okay sometimes to have those days where you just sit in bed all day. But when it becomes a recurring pattern, we need to pump the brakes a little bit and be like, okay, we need to get back to reality because we are getting nothing done. But once in a while, it's fine, but multiple days in a row, girl, get up. These funks are very common for us in our 20s, and maybe that's life telling us it's time to find some new hobbies. On our days off, we just think, oh, what else am I going to do? Well, if we had a hobby and had something that we genuinely enjoy doing, we might not want to rot our lives away. I cannot stand when I hear people say, there's nothing to do around here. Well, do you look for things to do? Do you leave your house? Why do you think there's nothing to do? You don't look for anything. That's why. I used to think that like that too. I would just be like, oh, there's nothing around me. Simple Google search. Leave your house and find something to do. I struggled with that, honestly, but we're getting better. I used to play tennis all the time throughout high school, college. That was my hobby. That was my shit. As I got older, I played less and less. And now, I never play. I don't know the last time I picked up a tennis racket. I don't even know where my tennis rackets are. When I was a little bit younger, I could not go an entire day without picking up my racket and playing tennis. Maybe in order for me to stay out of funks, maybe I need to pick up that damn racket again and go play. A huge thing I love now, though, is going to the gym. I wouldn't consider that a hobby. It's more of an essential thing for me. I have to do it for my mental health, and I want to look good and be healthy. But it's a great outlet, but it's also part of my lifestyle now. I think I still need to find another hobby that I enjoy doing that isn't the gym. So I might have to get back into the old tennis, or maybe I should try pickleball. Good at ping pong. Also, don't be afraid to reach out to support if you need it. It's not embarrassing. Whether it's talking to a friend, a family member, or getting a therapist, reaching out for support doesn't mean there's something wrong with you. It just means you need a little bit of an extra push to keep going. So many of us have had to get a therapist. It's not uncommon at all. Keeping your feelings trapped inside of you is not good. And that is a big cause of funks. Because when we get overwhelmed like that, we just shut the fuck down. I'm preaching this even though I literally never talked to somebody, but I've been working on that. I've been researching life coaches actually. So maybe I'll get a life coach. But a lot of times when I do get stressed out, I do talk to my friends and stuff like that. But I don't know. I feel like having someone who isn't biased would be good to have in my circle. So maybe getting a life coach, talking to a therapist, that might be something I need. Because I feel like your friends, even though they say they're not, they're a little bit biased. They don't want to hurt your feelings. The main reason why I literally never talk about my feelings, and I hate talking about my feelings, is because I don't want to feel like a burden to anybody. I didn't want to put my negative problems onto somebody else. But you're not a burden for having feelings and feeling a certain type of way. We all need support sometimes, and that is totally okay. It is not good to keep things bottled up because you're just going to shut down and explode. You might just get super angry and freak out. That's not good either. If you've been feeling like you're in this funk for a really long time, maybe talking to somebody is the first step. Maybe that's what you need to do. It'll be really helpful too. Because maybe your friend or your therapist is going to be like, girl, get out of bed. You just need that little push to get out. And there's nothing wrong with that. We've all been there. We've all needed a little push to get the fuck up. I recently got into reading, and I feel like that's really helping me stay out of these funks. I used to be a reading hater, okay? I would be like, I'm not reading. I don't want books. That's so boring. Blah, 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 blah. But then I had a mindset switch. Now I started to actually read books, and I feel like my brain is working again. After college, I feel like I completely shut my brain off and it just stopped working because I wasn't learning anything new. I wasn't reading. I wasn't learning any new words. It was all the same. Now I started reading every single night before bed, and I feel like I'm learning a lot again. My brain is working again, and I feel more educated. I'm learning new words. My vocab is increasing. It's just so much better. Now, every single night before bed, I do my skincare, I take my shower, I get all nice and glowy. Then I sit down with my nice warm tea and I read my book. And that helps me go to sleep. I get relaxed, I'm learning, my mind's working. That is a great way to end my night. Also, establishing a good morning routine is essential to staying out of funks. Your first hour in the day is super important because it sets the tone for your whole entire day. My new morning routine consists of the second my alarm goes off, feet on the floor, we're getting up, brushing my teeth, saying my daily affirmations, and then I write gratitude in my journal. Affirmations and gratitude are super important because it gets your mind right for the entire day. You want to start your day off saying what you're grateful for, saying your goals. Why are you waking up early? Why are you starting your day? That's what you got to think about the second you wake up. And then I get dressed for the gym, and then I walk my dog, then I do my workout, and then when I get home from the gym, I do my skincare because I don't want to wash my face before the gym because I'm just going to sweat it off anyway. So we do it when we get back. But that routine sets the tone for my whole entire day. If I miss one thing on that list, my whole day is thrown off and I just feel weird. Even on my self-care days when I'm just resting and relaxing, I still do that same morning routine before I get into my self-care. Because even though it's a rest day, we still got to make sure we have that routine. Because once you throw off your routine, then it's not a routine anymore. Whenever you feel yourself starting to get into a funk, you need to remind yourself, what are your goals? Where do you want to be? Can you achieve these goals while rotting in bed? No. You got to get up, you got to go for it. Again, I'm not saying laying in bed and resting and recharging is a bad thing. Of course, we have to recharge sometimes. We need to reboot, but we have goals to hit. We need to remember that. We cannot let this funk set us back any further. Now get out of that funk, make your bed, and go get on with it. Remember, finding a balance is an ongoing process. It requires self-awareness and a willingness to prioritize our well-being. By incorporating all of these strategies in our lives, we can navigate the ups and the downs. Thank you so much for tuning into today's episode of Boss Up and Glow Up. If you found this episode helpful at all, subscribe for more content on personal growth, self-care, and living your best life and being the hottest version of yourself. Until next time, take care of yourselves and each other, and I'll see you next week.